Well, it is all done. Well, not yet. We've still got finals and everything, but the path to Worlds has been completed for C9. I'm joined right now by Vulcan with coverage brought to you by Alienware. All right, Vulcan, before we talk about anything about the games or about making it to Worlds, talk to me about the shaved head situation. What happened? Normally, there's some sort of like bet or something involved in this, so I'm curious.
Not this time. No, this time. I guess I kind of wanted to try shaving my head. For like a few. I was thinking about it like back in the academy a few years ago. So I never really like got to do it, but this time just felt like it was the right time. With the lower bracket run that we had to do after losing. The haircut lady. That we usually have a haircut lady come around the house and she does everyone at the same time because we're all like subhuman, so we won't cut our hair by ourselves otherwise. So,
Yes.
and then she was there, so I was like, yeah. I mean, I'll just try it now and. I don't know. I regret it already, but it's fine. It's not too bad.
Well, wait. So you said you regret it?
Yeah, I mean, it's fine now, but I feel like it's going to be a tough process from this to going into how it was before. Like, it'll have to go through a lot of the transformations, and then it won't look so good like when it's a bit longer, you know what I mean?
Gotcha. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
either way, congrats on the new hair, but bigger congrats on making it to Worlds. So first off, talking about that series against TSM, crazy back and forth. I mean, there were a lot of games I think where it seemed like they kind of had you guys on the back foot, and multiple times it was like, well, TSM's going to Worlds, and then some crazy play would happen or something wild would occur that would send you guys into another game. So, what was it like for you playing in that game?
Well, it
Oh, that
felt like
match.
game
Sorry.
one, we kind of, yeah, in our match, it felt like game one, we kind of ran it a bit, and we were kind of aware of how hard we outscaled, and we kept like communicating how we just tried to defend our plays, try to get defensive vision, just try to breathe as much as we can, give up stuff if we need to, and definitely on support. And for sure, we outscaled this game, but then we went for a ball play where we thought we would have numbers advantage, and our TP then it was a disaster. And after that, we were kind of playing from the back foot in that game, but it felt like even though they were ahead, they weren't too good at closing out the game. So we felt like, okay, I mean, if we don't, run it down that hard, we can win the other games. And game two, I actually forget how we got so far behind or like how the game was so hard, but we like, I don't know, kept fighting, trying to make them sweat. Like worst case, if we lose, we at least want to make them like struggle to get their nexus. And I think we had some like crazy plays from everyone on the team that were kind of saving the game like one play after the other. So that game was like really, really insane. And then honestly, my memory is kind of
I know
weird
after
right
these
now. But
series, everything just blurs together. I know for me, but
yeah,
especially for the players that are playing them. Are there any standout moments you can recall from the series where you're like, "Oh my god, we just did it," or like you turned around? Because there were several turnarounds in these in the games. So I don't know if
there
there's
was
anything that stands out to you.
there's an elder fight in game two when I was trying to flank and then they spotted me and I like ran around half the map
Yes.
and managed to survive. And then we TP'd into their base. Ezreal secured the elder and then we killed them all and ended the game. That was like the standout moment because if we lose that, we're down 0-2 in the series, first two games, and it's uphill battle from there. But winning that game is so impactful, I think, for the series.
Yeah. Well, I mean, was that a bit of a rallying moment for you guys? I mean, it seemed like throughout the whole series, even after losses, you guys were keeping good spirits, but I don't know if like afterwards behind the scenes you guys are like, okay, we got this.
Um, yeah, I mean, I think just like the way they were playing, it felt like we were struggling early game, or maybe inting, or maybe they were doing like good plays, and it felt like if we're just able to stabilize our game, then it feels like we have usually better scaling champs, or we have a better mid game, and we'll be able to win team fights maybe. So we're just saying like they're not good, just like blaming them a little bit as copium, and then just saying next game we'll try to not make the mistakes, and then see if they can actually win a game.
Yeah. Well, how hyped are you guys that you're going to Worlds, and you in particular?
I'm very hyped because it would be really cringe to miss Worlds again. And I went to Worlds on Clutch when I was like never supposed to go.
Right.
And then on Cloud9 when I was like, we were the best team arguably NA has ever had, right, in spring last year. We don't have to get into that, but in my mind, we're the best team NA have had that year. But and then like not getting to go after that, it just felt like I'm going to Worlds when I'm not supposed to, and then when we have the stack lineup, I just can't make it. And it kind of felt reminiscent of last year. This whole summer, CLOUD9 summer struggles or collapse or whatever. Also, it was kind of cringe to see my content team release a video called C9 Summer Collapse while we're
Oh,
still playing in playoffs. We're
yes.
still trying to win the LCS and make it to Worlds.
The CLOUD9
I was a
content
bit
team
mind blown.
messing with your mental. Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird, but didn't mess with my mental enough, so I was still able to win today. But yeah, it feels really good to go because that's what like every player plays for, right? To make it to Worlds and try to have that one moment, that one play where you just go insane, and then maybe you have a play named after you or something.
Yeah.
At least that's it for me.
The MSI adventure that you guys had earlier this year, how much of that is going to sort of, I don't want to say weigh on you, but how much of that will you take with you to Worlds? Because obviously I'm sure you guys learned a lot. Obviously the only opportunity for any NA team to do anything international this year. So I don't know if you're thinking about that, processing it, if it's part of, your approach to Worlds this year.
I mean, I think we can take obviously a lot of things from MSI. I think the first thing is that we're all aware we're gonna get fisted in some scrims. We'll get like absolutely destroyed, and we'll be able to cope with that better. And I don't think like our MSI experience was all that bad. I think obviously there was some pretty low moments, but there was also some very, very high moments for us in beating RNG and Damwon. RNG, who ended up being the MSI champion. Damwon was the reigning world champions, right? So it just means that we're able to take these teams, right? It's just up to us to play the best that we can, and means we won't make mistakes, and just trying to do what we can to abuse them.
Now, this coming week, you will be playing 100 Thieves for your chance to make it to the finals. What do you think of 100 Thieves, and how confident are you that you'll be able to take that match?
Before the series against TL, I thought they were much worse than TL, but then they somehow took them to 5 games, so I'm not too sure, but I think it would be much easier for us to beat 100 Thieves than beat TL, and I think we can do both, so I feel like 100 Thieves is the easier, I mean, obviously they're the easier opponent at this point, since we just saw them play each other, but I think we can easily take 100 Thieves.
Okay. 3-0? 3-1?
3-1.
3-1, okay.
3-1's fair, yeah.
Gotcha. And then you'll face off against TL again, sort of as a rematch moment for you. How confident are you that you can take them? Because obviously it felt pretty one-sided last time.
Yeah, I think last time they really mind tricked us with the roams and fighting around mid, and me and Luca were kind of like, okay, we can't allow this to happen. We're fighting them, and then it's just backfiring. But I think Better Mental will win, and it'll be harder than our team. So I'm predicting a 3-2 against TL. But I think if we're able to not get stuck in their game and just do our own things and make our own plays, I think we can also take TL.
Nice. All right. Well, I'm so excited to see you guys going to Worlds. I think it's going to be really cool to see what you guys have been able to take from MSI as you go there. And I think you guys are going in only a couple of weeks. Does it feel weird to know that you're going to be hopping on a plane to China, doing unfortunately the quarantine thing in just a couple of weeks?
It feels better than what TSM are feeling right now.
Yeah.
So even though I'm not looking forward to being hard stuck in a hotel for, I think it will be 2 weeks, and like getting tested for COVID and all that stuff. Yeah. Well, it's better than the alternative, so I'm hyped for it.
Is it surprising to you at all that TSM didn't make Worlds this year, especially since they had such a strong summer performance?
I would say so, but I think honestly any of the 5 top teams, and that would be TL, C9, EG, TSM, 100 Thieves, I would be surprised if they didn't make it, right? If that makes sense. Like we were all pretty good, and yes, it's surprising that TSM didn't go, but I felt like a lot of the top teams were rather strong this year, so a bit surprised, but the other teams are also strong. So
yeah, very good. Well, is there anything you would like to say to any of the fans out there?
Yeah, thanks to the C9 fans as usual for supporting us, and I'm really happy that we were able to make it back to Worlds and not have a streak of not going, and instead it was just a one-time mishap, missing Worlds, and hope you guys keep cheering for us, and we'll keep making you proud.
Very good. Well, thank you so much, Vulcan, for the interview. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things finals, all this leading up to Worlds right here on my YouTube channel. We are headed into finals, and this is my final outro. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to make a ton more of these. But it is not the final time that I will promote Alienware, our amazing sponsor. Alienware.com/Travis. Check out the link in the description. just do it. All right. It's a great way to celebrate finals by celebrating my sponsors. That's what I'm doing here. Anyway, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do that. That also helps. And there's some names scrolling across the bottom of the screen that have subscribed recently. You can end up on that list if you do too. So thank you so much for watching this video, and we'll catch you next time.